ladies. Let's make sure everybody has their mic on. Hey, Nikita.
Hi, Naisha. How you doing, girlfriend?
Awesome. Super, super, super honored that you took a minute out of your, I know, very, very busy schedule to sit down
Yes,
with us a little bit and tell us about all your fabulousness.
yes. Thank you for having me on your show. I appreciate it. I'm just gonna get somewhere comfortable.
Okay, yes.
Yeah, this
So,
is a
ladies,
better.
so I just want to take the time real quick, ladies, that are on the call to introduce myself. I'm Naisha. I'm the owner of GlamSlim Wholesale. Um, I I network with a lot of you ladies, and it's just been on my heart to just kind of spotlight you guys' businesses because I work so closely with so many women and I see how fabulous you guys are doing with your businesses, from doing training, from doing product private labeling with me. And you guys see I started to branch out into boutiquing, and my inbox was full of women who wanted to learn boutiquing. And I said, well, I am just learning boutiquing. If you want to learn boutiquing, I want to introduce you to the master of boutiquing. This is a woman here, Nikita Mathis, who has been a staple in Seattle, having a boutique for over 20 years, who's been to the magic show many times, who shook hands and took many, many photos with celebrities. And so she really knows the art of boutiquing for those who are looking to add clothing to your businesses. Because I am primarily a body contouring group, I don't think it is far-fetched to add boutiquing to our group because we're all entrepreneurs. And I think our longevity goal is to have multiple streams of income. So I know, like in my store, even though I'm a body contouring store, having a little bit of boutiquing in my store has increased my walk-in traffic tremendously because they're walking in for clothing to find out more about clothing and then inquiring about body sculpting in the process. So, with that being said, I'm going to introduce Nikita Mathis. Like I said, she is an entrepreneur, somebody who I have admired for a long time. I've known her for many, many years. I don't like to say how long because they make us sound old.
Right, we gonna keep that under wraps with me having a birthday coming up, again.
No, but I remember when I had one of my first salons in Seattle and she was starting her business. Like, I remember when she used to run her business out of the side of her trunk to now being a woman who is a staple in Seattle. Like, she is in Seattle. Like, I'm sure it would be easier for you to even probably move your business out of Seattle and like into Federal Way or something like that. But Platinum Plush Fashions is like something that's known for people to have affordable fashions. Through COVID, when the stores were shut down, because everybody knows Nikita, everybody was calling her to try to get a fit to probably a little private party they had no business going to or something anyway.
Right. That is true. That's true.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit, how did you get started in the fashion industry?
So, hi, everybody. Hi, Glam Slim Queens. I'm Nikita Mathis. I'm the owner of Platinum Plush Fashions, but I also have two other businesses that I kicked up during COVID. One is Fashionology One-on-One. That's all about boutiquing. We'll get into that. And then I have a chocolate strawberry dipping business that's really, really getting off the ground in its popularity right now. So I have a customer that came in. Sorry. Hi. Sorry.
Multitasking, it never stops.
Multitasking, right? So like as you mentioned, I have like I have a couple streams of incomes, but those are my businesses that I am focusing on prospering and growing and flourishing, especially these two new businesses. So Fashionology 101. I've been in this business, as you mentioned, for over 24 years, but brick and mortar 22 years. I'm pretty proud of a lot of my accomplishments. And the fact that I've just been in the community for 22 years, styling up people, making people look good, feel good. I often hear that the fashions that I sell make people feel young again. So it's truly a happy shopping place. People come here, they cry, they lay their their problems and their burdens down. I try to give good sound advice. So one of the questions that I've always was being asked is, hey, you're pretty successful in doing what you're doing, and I want to do this too, or I just kicked up a new store. Can you help me get some of the goods that you have in your store? I want to be like this. And so whenever I would say to them, okay, I can't give away my business, but if you're really serious about it, you can pay me for my time. Well, that pitch kind of wasn't working. I think I sounded a little bit, bougie in the fact that, oh, pay me in order for me to show you how to be successful in this. So that's what made me kick up Fashionology 101. Excuse me. I wanted to have a service that people respected. And I wanted I wanted a business where people would understand the mission. And the mission is to help others gain a footing, the short road into this industry, and how to merchandise buy, how to keep up with, the season's fashion trends, how to meet the top designers and fashion influencers. Like you mentioned at the Magic Show convention, I've been, attending that trade show for 24 years. I started out as a model. I've never been a model, but I worked for, how I got a footing into the Magic Show was somebody reached back to me and said, hey, you need to be here. You need to be at this convention. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to hire you. Jackie Christie. I know you guys are familiar with her from the Housewives of Atlanta. Or Basketball Wives, my fault. Yeah, Basketball Wives. Yeah. Basketball Wives. She used to have a clothing label called Her Game Too. And it was all about Spanx, like the Lulu, all of that. She was on it back then. So I started out as a model, me and my best friend, and we did not last a day modeling because there were so many celebrities there. LL Cool J is just freely walking around. You got Jay-Z, Master P. Now I'm telling my age, girl. Now I'm telling my age, but it just became exciting. And I was already selling like petty goods, shoes. Like you mentioned, I became the shoe lady in our community. That's, I kept having to find these gimmicks that will, these products that people were excited about. So of course, ladies love shoes. So I used to hit up all the Seaatle. I had a whole route, from Renton to the Central District. And I would just stop and, get my hustle on, and people started to recognize me. After a while, I had this recognizable, shoe bag that I had my samples in, and people started running me down about these beautiful shoes that I was selling. So I kicked up Fashionology 101 because it's my passion to help others, like I said, gain a footing into the retail fashion industry. I am the gateway to that because, as I've mentioned, I attend these, high-end conventions and trade shows. That's really hard for a general person to just try to get in. You have to have all these credentials. They charge you all this money. So I take the queens of fashionology through the back door, and I get them where they need to be so that they can learn and start their businesses or continue to propel their businesses. Because some ladies that do join Fashionology, our team, they have their businesses already. And so I've helped 4 ladies now establish their businesses, and they're all thriving today.
Yes, and that's exactly why I was actually with her in Vegas. I don't know, some of you might know there was a little incident with Busta Rhymes in Vegas, but I was actually in Vegas with her as a fashionology student as I'm moving into boutiquing and trying to figure out like what's my niche gonna be with my boutiquing. So that's why I was in Vegas with Nikita taking her course. And so with that being said, this is kind of our opportunity to kind of clear up the details of what happened in Vegas with the Busta Rhymes incident, because I am a witness to being there. And so many people, although they're reporting and she's gone viral and it's really fabulous, lemonade out of lemons, whatever, a lot of the information they're reporting is incorrect. So I would like her to take this little bit of time and correct some of that information. First of all, we weren't at the Super Bowl. We weren't in the airport.
Fake news, fake news. Thank you, sir. Thanks for stopping in. Fake news, fake news, fake news. I never thought I would ever use that terminology because you know where it came from, that old president, ex-president. But anyhow, look, you guys, we were there on a business, trip. The room is full of entrepreneurs and boutique and business and store owners. So this occurred at the Las Vegas Magic Convention Show. We weren't in a nightclub. We weren't at the Super Bowl. We weren't in the airport. We were at work. Believe it or not, fashion is a lot of work. There's a lot of moving parts that go into being a merchandiser and being able to talk the talk and being able to buy smart so that you're fair with your customers and you're profitable to your business. There's so many things that, pile into merchandising. So we had a long day of work. This was the opening day, and Magic, they usually throw these events for us on opening night, a concert. It's kind of a way to say, hey, long day at work, good job, you guys. Come over here, unwind, complimentary drinks, and hey, we're going to have a concert. Busta Rhymes is going to perform. Last season, it was T-Pain. That was awesome. The time before that, it was I want to say Salt and Pepper and In Vogue. So each opening night, after our work is completed and everyone's worked hard, we attend the concert. So Busta Rhymes was the headliner this time. I was truly excited. I've been excited. I was posting, prior to getting to Vegas, like, ooh, Busta Rhymes is performing. We come from the same era. I love his music, Flip Mode Squad. I've been all about that. This is kind of my younger years, my yesteryears. I'll put it that way. And so he had a phenomenal, Naisha can tell you that the concert was great. I mean, everybody was having a wonderful time. He even did an awesome speech, didn't he?
He did a very great entrepreneur speech of people who are boutiquing and making it through COVID, and how he admired us, and he really spit some game towards us and to motivate us. It was really, really great. And he's like on stage and he's got the moet and he's pouring the moet and we're getting on the stage.
We're lit. We're lit
mode, right?
It is. Yeah. I mean, listen, it was awesome. The atmosphere was awesome. And then he started pouring champagne for, folks that was at the front of the stage. I wasn't at the front of the stage. I was kind of near the stage, but side back, and listen, I come to Magic all the time. When they have these shows, these little concerts for us, it's at the same place, the same setup. So I kind of know the routine on, once they're done with their set, which way they'll be walking. So a lot of other people know kind of the routine. And, everybody wanted their opportunity to get a selfie or take a photo or whatever their motive was. I wasn't the only fan that was, trying to get this opportunity with Busta. So he's pouring champagne for everyone at the front of the stage. I reach my cup up. I'm kind of, a little ways back, but not too far back. I can hand my cup up, like I want some too. And he signaled me to come to the stage to get some champagne. He poured me some champagne. I got back in my position and continued to enjoy the show. Shortly after that, he was done with his set. And this is where things just went left. So like I said, I'm with the herd of other people, herd of the crowd, trying to get this, this chance opportunity to get our photo with this Grammy, winner and legend, Busta Rhymes. So I kind of took it a little bit too far as the man was walking briskly, trying to get to where he needed to get to, go where he needed to go. I kind of had a selfish moment and just really took wanting to get this picture a little bit too far. So, the old saying, grab them by the coattails, that truly really wasn't my intention. but it was an area that I saw at that, that crazy moment that I could, kind of.
Is it a difference when like I reached you like this versus reaching you like this? You know,
Right,
people are
right.
saying you're
But
a sexual. I think it's sexual predator if you're reaching them like this, but you're just tapping, trying to get attention, right?
I actually yanked his jacket.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I yanked it, like, come here, and I shouldn't have yanked him because, how would you feel if someone came up behind you and then you're a celebrity? There's all kinds. Listen, I didn't take any of this into consideration, obviously, at that moment, because, and then let me go back a little bit, okay? Because, I had a very good question that I saw, just all over the internet. Like, what made her think that she could do that? Well, what made me think that I could do that is because I'm an old veteran from magic. I don't know how many people, of your listeners or your followers know about magic, but back in the late 90s, the early 2000s, remember, I've been going here for 24 years. That's when Rockaware was popular, Apple Bottoms, House of Darien, Fubu, you name it. And those celebrities were all under one roof at that time because they were there to meet and greet fans, buyers, entrepreneurs. They were there to be a spectacle. They had these elaborate booths, and those were opportunities that they allowed fans to come up to you and get photos, and you could talk to them and you could network and all of that. Times have obviously changed, but that was my thinking. People are asking, why would make you think you can do that? Because I've been doing that for 22 years, not necessarily grabbing them, no, but getting their attention in some type of way where they'll be like, yeah, let me take the photo. And that's how I've accumulated, photos with some of the greats. I mean, we're talking Jam Master Jay and Run DMC and Joe Jackson, Michael Jackson's daddy, and Chris Brown and Nelly and Beyonce and Jay-Z and Jeezy and Jules Santana, the Marleys, the Brat, the Ghetto Boys. I can keep going on. And those photos bring so much joy to the customers and the people who visit my store. It's a wow factor, and it's a piece of my branding puzzle. So there's a method to my madness. It was just supposed to be another photo added to my collection, to add to the wow factor, to add to my brand.
Okay, well, that sounds good. If you go into her store, she has walls and walls of celebrities on her walls. Like she said, it's the wow factor for her customers. Being around celebrities is not a new thing for her. They're not untouchable to her. Doesn't make her trying to grab this man's attention correct, but it wasn't malicious. It wasn't any of that. Just trying to get somebody's attention to take a picture. So that's that.
Yeah. Thank you for letting me speak my truth. And I just want to add to this too. This media frenzy that, I'm currently in, and this great debate and this discussion that people are having is great. I feel like it's a healthy discussion for people to say, hey, it's a double standard if this would have happened, or maybe it's a reminder to the real booty grabbers to keep your hands to yourself. Is definitely
your hands your eyes can see.
And it's definitely a learning lesson for me, that I can't get so comfortable with what I used to be used to. You know what I'm saying? Like, times is different. And I'm learning that now. And I wanted to say that I've received nothing but love from Busta's camp. Like, they know we're doing this pop-up, shout out to GlamSlim. I'm going to be on location at the Auburn Mall, GlamSlim location. I'm just so happy that this is my first pop-up. I'm doing freebies and Bust a Rhyme, give bag, swag bag giveaway. So you guys, if you get a chance, stop by, support. Let's start this Bust a Rhymes challenge. We got a little, dance. We just gonna keep this going. It's all in fun. And I want to say this too. People are saying, how can you want to capitalize off of this serious matter? First of all, it's not a serious matter. It's not a sexual matter. I won't say that. It is a serious matter because I hear people in the universe now, this is serious. Listen, yes, it's serious because the bottom line is people should keep their hands to themselves. You know what I'm saying? And I understand that fully. And I am learning a lesson from that. But at the same time, I'm not capitalizing off of anything I did sexually because I didn't touch him sexually. So my answer when people say, how can you capitalize off of something you did so bad? All I did was grab him. If I would have done something sexually to this man, I definitely would not, be on this escapade of, I touched his butt. I touched his butt. I touched his butt. No, I touched him and I grabbed him. And I shouldn't have did that because he has a right to get to where he's going and to continue on with his life. And that's where it went.
So as a witness, can I share this?
Yes.
I was there with her the morning of this incident. We were in the car together and we were talking about going viral. And we literally prayed for a Popeye's chicken, spicy chicken moment that morning. Elaborate on that.
Let me explain that to you because you know what? I've caught a lot of beef, not chicken, but I know I'm corny. I know I'm corny. Anyhow, listen, I caught a lot of beef over saying that, man. People will try to pick you apart.
Rip everything apart. Yeah.
So listen, you guys, I don't know about all the politics and all of the bad things that happen behind the chicken sandwich. All I know is that something so small and minute to me, like a chicken sandwich, became profitable. Like it just blew the roof off. People were.
We lost your sound.
Chicken sandwich. And just like you, oh, I'm sorry, they're trying to call. And just like you mentioned, you joined Fashionology so that, you can attend some of these functions and get up close and personal with suppliers and vendors and designers and emerging brands, things like that. God, I lost my train of thought. What I was trying to say is that
from the spicy chicken, you were talking about the spicy chicken, how you got negative feedback. I haven't actually heard this piece, so this is actually interesting to me.
Right. So what I've always said was, oh my God, Lord, I need something like that, something so big that people will want to shop with me, something like that spicy chicken sandwich. So I used to say this little silly prayer, like, God, please bless me like you did Popeye's chicken spicy sandwich. Just bless me that way. So that's what we were talking about on the way to work that day. And it's just been kind of an inside joke amongst me and Naisha and Destiny. We've been cracking up about it because we prayed that prayer earlier that day, and lo and behold, I wake up and everybody and everything close to me is like on fire, on a media frenzy. So we couldn't believe it.
Yeah, and I was with her. I mean, people were calling from London, the Shade Room. I was there. Like people were buying interviews, all of this stuff, and I was like, "Whoa, this is crazy!" And so, yeah, I'm all in full support of Make I Will. I would say, I think one of our friends posted that if anything ever happened to me or you with some lemons, we would make lemonade strawberries and lemonade this and lemonade that. Like we're
somebody said margaritas. Somebody said, "Girl, you making margaritas." Right. And I'm going to say this, real hustlers, because there's no better way of putting that term. Real and hustlers don't always mean in the street, on the corner, curb serving. No, it means real entrepreneurs understand what's going on right here in the game. It's a game, you guys. It's a social media game. and I'm here all for it, and I'm here to win it. So it's just, it's kind of unfortunate that juice sells. Listen, if Buster was to come out and tell the truth, to say, and even if he did in the beginning of all of this, like, no, she didn't touch my butt, this wouldn't be a topic. It wouldn't be juice. It wouldn't be juicy enough. People want to spend, and the old saying, sex, money, drugs, it sells.
There's no such thing as bad publicity.
Right. No, not at all. And before I got on the Zoom, a young lady was on my page, my Facebook page, and she said, "This is wild. I just don't see how you can be happy about people dogging you on social media." My reply was, thank God he made us all different, right?
Good answer.
Because she doesn't understand it. And she even said it. This is wild. I don't get it. Like, you would not understand it because there's worker bees and there's entrepreneurs and bosses.
So can I ask you, so with going viral, because I know a lot of us never have gone viral, how has that affected your day-to-day life?
Busy. Oh my God, you guys, I'm running out of, I already have a raspy voice, and if I laugh too much and have too much fun and talk too much, I lose it, come a part of the day. So it's just been wild. It's been fun. People want me. The only thing I'm sad about, on a serious note, because there is a serious note to this, is that, this incident has really put my family and my friends and those who are close to me and love me in bad predicaments. It's been a lot of fussing, fighting, arguing. I don't think it's been any physical fighting, but it didn't almost came to that. Like, it's just been chaotic and toxicity. And that's the sad part for me, because I'm like, damn, I don't really want to put my people in this type of situation to feel like they need to protect me. And some of them just don't care. They don't think any of this is funny. They don't like seeing a drink being thrown in my face. They don't like seeing what people say. And I get that. And I'm just, I'm kind of sorry and sad that I got my people in this type of mess, That's the sad part about it. But other than that, I'm taking it all in, and I'm making margaritas now. I'm past the lemonade.
Okay, lemonade with the salt on the rim. Okay.
Period.
So what advice would you give to a woman right now who wants to start boutiquing?
My advice would be to just start that business, sis. Honestly, come join the Fashionology one-on-one team. You don't have to go to Vegas to get the skill sets, to get the suppliers and vendors that you need. Let's do a free 1-hour consultation and really be prepared for hard work and dedication. I always say, because people say, wow, you do so much. Now you run 3 businesses and you've been doing this for so long. How do you do it? Where do you find the time? And I always say, you got a good 22 to 21 hours in a day I'm sorry, that's the workflow of an entrepreneur. There's 24 hours in a day. We probably sleep 4 or 5 hours of that. And the rest of it is all business. And you have to want to be successful as bad as you want to breathe.
Breathe. For real.
So it's easier said than done. But when you wrap your mind around, like I said, wanting to be so successful, like as bad as you want to breathe, then you're ready.
So I think that going into any business, you cannot just go and buy a bunch of clothes. No. And you cannot just go and buy a bunch of machines and think you're going to have a flourishing business. You have to do the work. You got to figure out what your target market is. You got to figure out how to shop for that market. You got to figure out how to do lives. You can't just, I tell people anything, you got to market yourself. The people who really are going to shop with you are the people who are buying you. They're going to buy your clothes because they buy you. They're going to go to your body sculpting center because they bought into you. They're going to buy your products because they bought into you. So if you're a person who's scared to get behind the camera, who's scared, who don't want to spend no money on marketing, who don't want to do no social media, you are not going to have a successful business. You have to do the work. So I'm telling anybody right now who wants to start a business, you have to spend at least one day a week on content. You have to go live with your audience. You have to post. And I'm saying you don't have to post every day, but on your one day a week that you spend on content, you can make your post for the whole week. But you have to engage your audience in some type of way, no matter what business you're buying. People buy businesses. People buy you, sorry. They don't buy products, they buy you. They buy you and they buy the products because they bought into who you are. So that's going with any business. So if you're interested in boutiquing, how can they find you to learn about Fashionology 101 or Platinum Plush Fashions?
So you can definitely find me on Facebook, Fashionology 101. And it's a red logo because I see that there's some other Fashionology 101. So it's a red circle. And I'm sure if you go through Naisha's page, you can get to Fashionology as well. Also, I'm available to chit chat. My number is public. It's 206-579-2651. And I'm open to an hour of free consultation. And let's get that business in the retail industry going, you know?
Okay, so since we're on air, there's one last thing you need to clear up for me. What the heck is Northwest Seasonings? Because I saw you trademark that today.
Okay, you guys. So, you know, a part of, okay, I'm going to just touch on the best of thing again, right? People say, you know, the negative part, you know, has this impacted that too. And what I'm experiencing right now through even the best of stuff is bullying. People are like, hey, you need to shut your business down and we're going to come boycott and let's burn it down. And yeah, I've gotten all kind of, I mean, even though the support is there, I've gotten some crazy like bullying. And if I was a soft person and a thin-skinned person, you know, I might want to harm myself. You know, let's touch on suicide. You know, the media has been hard, you know, on me, and so I'm thankful to God that I have a thick skin. So let's get back to this Northwest Seasoning. I have a bully, and she used to have this Northwest Seasoning slogan that she had, but she never went anywhere with it. And I couldn't help myself when she made a video about me yesterday to say, you know what, I'm not going to fight back with words. I'm not going to get into these, you know, fussy matches. I'm too busy for that. I'm too successful for that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take over that brand and I'm going to prosper from it. And it was her creation. That Northwest Seasoning was her creation. But I hate that I even have to mention her today, you know, because that again, I'm in the community and everybody in the community ain't your friend, you know, and they want to see you fail. And so it's just another stream of income. I may or I may not do it.
Sounds like good reality to me, TV to me. I think we need to send you a
make a pilot
and send it to Mona Scott. I
don't know. Right. You know what I want to call it? Splish Splash with Nikita's ass. You know, yes. And I mean, not my derriere, but you know.
The whole body part, the whole being.
Slang talk, it's slang, yes.
So with this being said, I want to thank you for your time. I want to open up this last few minutes for any ladies that may have any questions that they want to ask. And I think you're on mute. So if you have a question, please unmute yourself to ask your questions to Nikita or myself. Anybody? I know a lot of you have been wanting to know about boutiquing.
Y'all know, yeah. Ask me, I'm ready.
Crystal? I see Jasmine's on here.
Girl, I'm up here working on my body.
Multitasking. Okay.
But I was talking to Naisha earlier. I'm going to come down there so y'all can show me around so I can like get hands on with it. Like I can be there physically to see, like, yeah, I'm gonna come down there and stay for a week.
Okay.
That way I have a week down there to see like what y'all do and how y'all do.
Okay. Well, you are more
And
than
then I'll
welcome.
be able to go from there, you know what I'm saying, to know.
You'll get the best of both worlds. So you can spend a shadow her with a day of boutiquing. You can shadow me with a day of body sculpting and business coaching. And yeah, you can get the best of both worlds for sure.
Oh yes, indeed.
Are you speaking about the Las Vegas convention, the trade show? Is that what you're mentioning, that you wanted to stay a week to see how we move?
No, I'm gonna come down there.
No, she's
'Cause
coming
I
to
have family
Seattle.
that
Yeah, we
live in-
talked earlier and she was already telling me.
Yeah.
That's why I knew what she was talking about. Yeah, she
Oh,
wants to
okay,
come to
okay,
Seattle.
okay.
And she has some
Oh, yeah.
family here, and so she can make a lot of
Oh,
it. Yeah, so.
well,
And
come on to Seattle. We'll show
And
you
Nikki's
around.
on here. She's actually
I
been
have.
on here. Yeah, Nikki's actually been to Seattle. She's trained with me. I see her on there. Nikki, is boutiquing something you're interested in as well? You're on mute if you're able to talk.
Yes, I am, and that's why I was looking, because I dabbled in it a little bit, and it was overwhelming, so I stopped. But yes, I am.
So why did you feel like it was overwhelming?
I think it's too much too fast.
Too much too fast.
Yes, I had a whole lot of inventory, but didn't have the resources to get it out like I needed to.
Yeah, and that's what I think about when I was at that magic show with Nikita. I felt like there were so many clothes, and I didn't want to just go in there just buying a bunch of clothes that I liked and then they just sit in the store. So that's where it's like really kind of identifying who is your target marketing so that we can really buy for that specific person. Not saying that's the only person that's going to come into our store, but when we buy for that specific person and we market to that specific person, our inventory can move much faster, because it can get very discouraging sitting on inventory for months and months and months. We don't want to do that.
Absolutely. And in my career, you guys, I have definitely sat on merchandise, but you have so many platforms and outlets like, Let It Go and what is that, Offer Up, and you have the Facebook Marketplace and Shopify. But then, for someone like you, we can talk about drop shipping. There's opportunities for their, for you not to have that overhead cost and purchasing all these goods, but you can start off with drop shipping. And again, if you want to sit down and talk about it, I can, show you how to get started in a drop ship business tonight.
Yes, I want to do that.
Yes, yeah, for sure. So you got her information. You want to tell her one more time how to contact you?
So yeah, why don't you give me a call Monday through Friday, anytime between 9 and say 6 p.m. I'm available generally. And if you want to just make an appointment, we can do that. My phone number is 206-579-2651. And if you do Facebook, definitely, I'm going to start a group, a Fashionology, Queens of Fashionology group really soon as I can get a grip on some other things. But Fashionology 101 is also where you can get some other details, look at some of the photos, some behind the scene things of some of our previous shows. And yeah, I can show you how to, drop ship and you still have product to sell.
Yeah. So we have, is that Jasmine? I see Jasmine on here. Is this Jasmine Esther's your niece? You're on mute. Is that you?
And she's a queen of fashionology.
That's why
she's
I want her to talk.
Yeah.
I want her to like kind of tell her story. Are you able to talk, Jasmine? If you can, come off of mute and join our.
Yes.
So
my kids were in the background, so I didn't want to talk.
Okay, so I know Jasmine. Jasmine actually used to work at her store, and she's taken her own.
Is this
fashionology?
Is this the right Jasmine? Sorry,
That's
it don't
right,
sound like
Jasmine?
her.
Is this Jasmine?
No, this is Jasmine Day.
Oh, Jasmine
Okay.
Day. Now you do your own boutiquing as well, or you did? You do a lot of things. So
I did, but I've been having trouble getting off of my inventory. I still have inventory from the end of 2021 that I still haven't gotten off of.
So how are you?
Oh, sorry.
So how are you marketing it? Why are you sitting on it? Tell me that. Why?
I've been, posting it on social media, and that's pretty much it. I've been posting on social media. I have it into I even put it into a boutique where she's been doing lives and trying to sell it as well, but it's just not getting off of anything.
Do you have a
I've
TikTok?
sold about 5 things, and I have
Do you-
about 15 things left.
Do you
Do
have
you
a
feel-
TikTok?
Yes.
Do you have a model, somebody that's, attractive and it's got a figure that you could put these clothes on and do some content?
I actually had one, and I tried her. I posted it on TikTok, last summer, but it didn't get any engagement like I thought it was going to get.
Because you have to stay consistent. You know that, right? You have to keep plugging it away.
Okay.
And that's just the thing. You keep pushing it. Find different avenues and different ways of displaying that same piece. And, you just, maybe one week you show it on a look. You have a look of the week with this piece. And then maybe next week you have it on a body, that same item. You just got to keep plugging it away and utilize your other outlets like Facebook Marketplace, Shopify, Amazon, Let It Go, OfferUp, and start. And here's another thing too. This is what helped me gain customers. You have to get out in your community. You have to get these pop-up shops going. Pop up somewhere at one of your local businesses. If you have friends who own businesses, spring, summer is coming up. The weather's going to be nice. Go grab a little tent, a cute little setup, and sell your goods. That's the hard work that we speak of.
Okay.
And can I
Also,
say
what I
something?
think might work,
Jasmine, can I say something real quick?
work with her also is like the people that's like in Naisha group too, because I can share like her stuff.
Mhm.
Like people in different states, that'll work out. So
Yes,
because I
especially
have
if
a
you
friend,
have
she lives in Dallas and she makes like body scrubs and body butters, and she ships all the way to Hawaii.
Yes, I do too. And you know what? Whenever I get an online order, I throw a little something in the bag, whether it's
yeah,
a
for sure.
free pair of earrings, an anklet, offer free shipping because, shipping's not all that expensive. Maybe you can run a special for the week to say, hey, free shipping, do a grab bag, hey, for $25, you get 3 pieces, a mystery bag. You got to get real creative and you got to keep plugging it away. You got to
You
keep
got to
pushing
show them
it.
at least what I learned. I always thought you have to show something at least 3 times. What I learned from Magic Show is they said now you have to show an item at least 7 times. And like she said, one week you show it with a dress, next thing you show it with some shoes, a hat, and a purse, but consistently showing that item. And you might think, oh, I'm sitting on this old inventory, but this old inventory is new to someone else. So you got to just keep posting, join groups, join those hair groups in your neighborhood. There's next door. You just got to just use all your resources.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And get in,
Okay.
and, get into some community events, a lot of them don't cost much to van, you got to worry about the weather and it, set up, tear down is the hardest thing,
Oh,
but
I
it's,
hate that.
but yeah, me too, but it's rewarding to have sold your goods and made some good money for the
And
day and networking. And that is how I gained a lot of popularity, going door to door with sales. I told you I was a shoe lady. It's how me and Miss Miller met. I was in her salon selling shoes consistently on the weekends.
And me, how
People-
I got noticed in my community, I went to every type of business function that I ever could go to, but I made sure that every woman that was there, I connected with them on social media. So then, 2 years, 5 years later, when I open up, GlamSlim, like all of those women, they've been watching me for years. They see my progression and they're coming right into GlamSlim. So it's just, building relationship building. Like I was saying earlier, you got to build those relationships.
Yeah.
Okay.
You gotta let people know who you are, what you're doing, and what you got. And they have to constantly be reminded of that.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you're going to, get that word of mouth and get that foot traffic, whether it be a brick and mortar business or an online business.
And if it's stuff you've been sitting on just way, way too long, you need to clearance sell that stuff so you can use that money to get some new inventory.
Okay, I sure will.
Okay.
I
Okay.
sure will, because I actually was trying to do a Cash App sale with it like last year, and it just did not go. I sold 2 things with the Cash App sale.
Have you tried going live, like sales, like live selling?
I haven't, but I'm shy.
You gotta stop
How
being
about
shy. Being
go
shy
on
can
the
be
Naisha
stopping
page
you.
and add everyone when you do your live. That way everybody will see what you got. And then that way we can share when somebody look at our page.
Okay.
That's right.
Think
That's
about
I
right.
can do
being
that.
shy stopping you. Let's just say if I turn on my camera today, I'm gonna make $1,000. You're gonna want to turn on your camera every day.
Show is. Yep.
Yep.
Show is.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. She speaks facts.
Yeah. So any
Uh,
last final questions? Tawana, did you have any questions? I know she's all the way in I don't know, New York or New Jersey, and she's looking to add boutique, and she's run a waist trainer business and had success with that. You have any questions for Nikita, Tawana?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hi.
yes.
No,
Hi.
I don't have any questions at this time. She answered all my questions so
Okay.
far.
Oh,
Yes, I'm sitting here taking notes. Thank you so much, though.
Okay. Well, thank you guys so much for tuning
Yeah.
in. And if you ever have any questions, next week we're going to be doing this spotlight every week. I have a couple of lineups, but I have some women who doing body sculpting, women who have stores in their stores in like Walmart and Target. So I want to find a woman that, I'm starting out with women who I know personally who kind of inspire me. But next week we're going to have Sasha Jones on here. She actually is a student of Nikita's fashionology class, and she has started her lingerie collection and her cooking collection. So she's going to teach us how she keeps it hot and steamy in the kitchen and out of the kitchen. So this will be very, very interesting, very fiery, sexy show next week. And I just want to thank you ladies for tuning in and taking your time today. And I thank you, Nikita. I know you are very, very, very busy, and I appreciate you taking this moment out of your busy day to talk with us.
Queen, you're amazing. Thank you so much for allowing me this platform and helping all of these other women, achieve their dreams and being, their own bosses. Kudos to you too. I appreciate you. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Thank you, ladies. We'll see you next week. And remember, Sunday, 1:00 specific time. So it'll be 3:00 Central, 4:00 East. I'm doing free V-Steam training. So look for that link for Sunday, this coming Sunday. If you're looking to get into more feminine hygiene, we're celebrating Women's Month. So I will look forward to seeing you guys in that chat this coming Sunday. All right. Thank you, ladies.
All right.
Thank you.
you.
Good
Have a
night.
good night.
Good night.
Mhm.